Good morning, St. Louis. It is 7 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, so y'all know what time it is. That means it's time for the St. Louis Hustle Podcast with your boy Cortez Hustle, my girl Michelle A. And today we're talking St. Louis, all things St. Louis. We've got St. Louis's own CEO of DaPlaygroundTV, Doc Dillinger, in the building, and we're gonna chop it up with the brother. He is so hilariously funny and entertaining, but he's about his business as well. So of course we're gonna pick his brain in that regard also. So do us a huge favor, comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and all your brands, smash that show button, ladies and gentlemen, and let's kick it this morning.
Growing up in St. Louis has never been easy, and most say if you want to succeed here, that you must leave and put down roots somewhere else because of the strong crabs in a barrel mentality here.
I don't know if I'm just an optimistic person, but to see people like Chuck Berry and Nelly make it in the music industry, or the Roberts brothers and Dave Stewart in business, or William Lacey Clay Jr. in politics, can we blame the city, or is it that people just aren't hungry enough?
We're talking to all of the movers and shakers in this town, from entertainers to politicians, social activists and organizers, and of course, entrepreneurs.
Is there a curse on this city that holds people back? Is there an unseen hand that decides who makes it and who doesn't? You're about to find out.
Welcome to St. Louis Hustle.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the St. Louis Hustle Podcast with your boy Cortez Hustle, my girl Michelle A. And today we got a very special guest in the building. Doc Dillinger is going to slide in and help us talk about all things St. Louis, what's going on in the city and why it's so amazing. And of course, we're going to talk about his DaPlaygroundTV, his company and all of that stuff as well. A couple quick announcements. If you do not know, we're coming to you live and direct from the Local Biz Marketing Pro Studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you want to optimize your online presence, increase your lead flow, grow your revenue, expand your operation, and contribute more to the communities that you serve, check out localbizmarketingpros.com. They got all the online marketing help you could ever imagine. Tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, office hours, ladies and gentlemen. If you are in our Facebook group, Digital Empire Builders Worldwide, y'all know every week we do office hours where we share with you some tips, strategies, tools to help you grow your business, especially online, using social media, websites, applications, all kinds of stuff. So we just want to help you win, no matter what that is. Facebook.com /groups/Digital Empire Builders Worldwide. Make sure y'all check that out. I think that's it for announcements. So, Chalet, normally we get into your weekend, but let's not get into your weekend. And let's just go ahead and bring our guest on. I know. That's every now and then.
Maybe I did something over the weekend I want to talk about.
Well, we're gonna let our guests talk about their weekend, and then figure out what you did on your weekend as well. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, brother, I got a tremendous amount of respect for in this media space, holding it down for St. Louis, putting on for his city like Jeezy and Kanye West. We're gonna give it up and introduce to y'all and present to others our good buddy, Mr. Doc Dillinger. Good morning, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
What up, Doc?
We are excited to have you, and we're gonna get all up into everything that you got going on, man, and what makes you special, your company, your own show that you guys do on a regular basis. So before we get into all of that, who you are and all of that kind of stuff, Michelle does her segment early in this show, and it is called the Michelle A Word of the Day. So let's do that, and we like to do it with a guest because you might want to chime in on her word of the day. So without further ado, let's get into the Michelle A Word of the Day.
And now the Michelle A Word of the Day.
Hey, what's going on, party people? It's your homegirl, Michelle A, coming at you today with another Michelle A. Word of the day. I got to get it pulled up here, but I got y'all. I'm hitting y'all off with this word of the day, right? So today's word I am going to give to you today is coming to you from, I just had it too, so please forgive me. It's Proverbs. I think it's Proverbs. Hold on, y'all. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I got it. I promise y'all I got it, which I should really know. It's Proverbs 3 and 5. Proverbs 3 verses 5 and 6. There it is. I promise y'all I do read my Bible sometimes. Sometimes I do. It's a familiar passage of scripture. It is trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding. And in all of your ways, acknowledge him and he shall direct your path. Right? I just want to encourage somebody that sometimes, in life, it's hard to trust God, right? We just think about things in our regular mindset, our traditional day-to-day mindset. It's hard to trust God. I'm just going to be honest. But that's when we have to lean not to our own understanding. That's our understanding. We can't lean over here. We got to be over here. Right. That's the other understanding. Right. And just trust God. When it don't look like you should trust him, that's when you got to trust him and lean the other way on his understanding and not your own. And all your ways acknowledge him. And that means just basically speaking in faith, even when you don't see a thing, you got to confess a thing and speak it, even when it looks different than what it might appear to be. And, just kind of walk into your destiny. And you guys know me. I've told you many a story on how things have worked out in my personal life when I didn't see how something was going to manifest for me. God made it be, So again, that's my challenge for you today, people. Trust God. Lean not to your own understanding. There it is. It's Michelle A. Word of the day. Boom.
Boom. So
there
Doc,
it is.
did she
Challenge.
Was there anything
Challenge.
that he said in that word of the day that you want to chime in on or elaborate on?
Yeah, absolutely. The thing about trust in God is it falls back to faith and action a lot.
Absolutely.
When you trust and you have faith, then you don't fall into the worry hands and let the obstacles deter you from the main mission. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You got to get down and you're gonna make sure you get there.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Faith and action and not worry. Don't pray and worry.
Okay.
You
had
trying
a
to get a record deal today.
So that
he had a song in his spirit.
Is the
I heard today there's a song for everything.
There it is.
So that wraps up our word of the day, brought to you by the St. Louis Griffins professional basketball franchise right here in St. Louis. They have their 100 for 100 campaign, ladies and gentlemen. You can scan that barcode right there or hit me up and I'll give you the link for their special campaign to actually 100 people to contribute $100 to their professional basketball franchise. And you're going to be contributing to them creating jobs in the St. Louis area. They'll be playing all their games at Normandy's Viking Hall, which is going to be amazing. They've got some amazing talent that they're bringing. So check out stlouisgriffins.com/partnership to get all of the details there. So, Doc, we ask everybody that come on the St. Louis Hustle podcast this one question. So we're going to ask it to you. And the question, my friend, is this. Who the heck are you?
Oh, that question. Well, I'm that guy. Hell no. But
there you go.
I'm just an all-around what they call hustler. We do what we do. We're out here in the entertainment business, and I have my hands in a lot more things than I don't have my hands in, so to say.
Nice.
Wear many hats: photographer, videographer, radio host, engineer.
Nice.
It just goes on and on. Actor, model,
Come on, model.
Hit
us with a smile.
What's the job? What's paying? Let's go. Hey.
I will say, Doc, when I first met you, that was what you have, what they would call probably in Hollywood an infectious smile. That probably is the first thing. I mean, you're a handsome young man. I have to remind myself young because you know that come out all you're like, oh, but you have an you have an infectious smile. Like you smile and it's like, hey there, sir, with the smile. There.
Oh,
It's the kind of smile that it commands attention and it intrigues people about you. You know, so that's a good thing that you act, you model, you do so many different things. But I really do think that's your way in to avenues great and small. Smile.
Okay.
That's your way in, sir. Absolutely.
That's kind of crazy because I'm kind of subconscious about my smile. I've always kind of
really?
Like, I don't know if I don't like it. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Really? Well, look. Okay, now I'm finna go church, mother. Sugar smile. That's your way in. Hey, prophet Shell just arrived. That's going to be the way that you go indoors is with your smile. So please use it. You're welcome.
Instructions understood. Thank you.
Yeah,
there it is. You're welcome.
How we see ourselves differently than the world sees us, right? That's always been interesting to me. We all got those things about ourselves. So Doc said basically wherever the bag is, that's where you can find Doc, right? If there's a bag to be had, Doc is in the building. So talk us through, man. What was young Doc like though? Elementary, middle school, high school, kind of coming up in this society as a Black man back then, a Black boy. What was your experience like growing up?
Well, I was kind of a mixture of things as a child. I was always an entertainer. I was writing music and performing early. Actually, I was a model before I could even walk and talk. So
wow.
It's you was that
entertainment. Yeah, JC Penney's catalogs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Really? Come on, mama.
Threw me out there early. Yeah. So
nice.
I've always had a performer's energy in me to give out to the world. So I gravitate to that, of course. But my mind frame was very righteous as a young man. I was into Malcolm X a lot and Black History Month. We happen to be in right now. And into trying to get cultured into different things like band and acting, just all around trying to get into learning whatever I can. I was very interested in everything.
Man, a lot of people don't understand the power in curiosity.
Yes.
Like most people that succeed and excel at anything really have that in their background. They tried a bunch of stuff and they found something that they really, fell in love with and realized that they were really good at it and stuck through it. So as you got into high school, man, what high school did you go to? That's a St. Louis question, right?
Yeah, that's definitely a St. Louis question. If you don't ask that, you ain't from the loop. Hazelwood East.
Hazelwood East.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. I have. I came out of Wellston, but we moved out in North County about 15 years ago. So all 5 of my sons graduated from Hazelwood West. So we were on the other side of.
Okay. I won't hold that against you. Still cool.
North County, right? So as a high schooler, man, what was it? As you were trying all of these different things, right? Did that? How did that help shape to where you are now? And did you get any flack for being eccentric as a kid, wanting to have your hands in a little bit of everything? Sometimes that creative is not always appreciated and celebrated in school, but when you show up on a big screen, everybody swear that they was your best friend in high school, right?
Okay.
Absolutely. And you owe them something at that point. Well, actually, high school years were kind of a twist to it. Like you say, you catch the flack for trying to be into different things as a kid. So I caught a lot of that through junior high, maybe. So high school was around the age I started hearing things like I have a good smile and I'm cute. So I was feeling myself. Yeah, I was working at a golf course when I was 14. So I had money in my pocket. So I was out there trying to get girls and I think the statutes of limitations up, but I was maybe went joyriding a couple times, you know.
Right.
But
Look, so
yeah,
you was a little boy that had a job and you didn't come home smell like French fries or grease, so you really had the girls.
no, actually I did, because once I was old enough, because I could work at a golf course because you couldn't have you didn't need a worker's permit to do that. So once I
Right.
was old enough to get a worker's permit, of course, the first real W-2 job was McDonald's. I'm sorry, it happened. I fell into it, but hey, it bought my jewelry, it bought my jewelry, bought everything I needed. So
there you go. There you go. There you
my
go.
little $300 a week.
Okay. Money.
So tell me this: were you up on FICA as a young man, or did you have that surprise when you got that very first paycheck? Like, where the heck have my money at?
I had been hearing the rumors, you know. People
Right.
had been speaking that you work your first couple of weeks for nothing. And then, yeah, I was shocked when I got that check. I went back to my manager like, y'all owe me something else. Something's not right here.
Right. I ain't get all my hours.
Right. Where my calculator at? Okay,
Like
I guess so.
Jack said, man, I was like, who is FICA?
Right.
And
My
yeah,
mama
big check.
said.
Oh yeah, well, mama said. But hey, it all worked out good for me. You know, McDonald's was experience. I met the love of my life working at McDonald's. Well, not the love of my life, the love of that moment working at McDonald's. You know, I had they paid for college to a degree, stuff like that. It was okay.
All right. Nice. Oh, you said that. I was supposed to say I was working at McDonald's as a teenager. I met the love of my life too, the Big Mac, baby.
Yeah, boy, this special sauce do you right.
Do y'all hear me? That's when they made it right back in the 90s. But a whole nother thing. Periodically, you heard me? Yeah.
Now, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
For real. Now, look, Cortez is going to ask you the legitimate questions. I'm here simply for the frolic and the melee. Okay. So, when I ask the questions, I'm gonna you take a good swig of your water, because you're drinking water in your red water cup. Ooh, what else would you be drinking? And so you just took a drink of your water. I'm going to ask you a question.
I'm going to take another.
You answer it. Okay, yeah, because we believe in hydration here at the St. Louis Hustle Podcast. So I'm gonna ask you this question real quick, and then Cortez will jump back in because we want to know really about the man behind the doctor. Okay. Here's my question. If animals could talk, Doc, which animal do you think would be the rudest animal?
Oh, I have to go with the squirrel. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And why do you think squirrels would be
the squirrel or the bunny? But I'm gonna stick with the squirrel because every time you driving, them squirrels get disrespectful. They run across your car. They be throwing stuff at you while you walking in. They be laughing at you, staring at you like you ain't gonna do nothing. Man, come on.
Oh, I beg to differ. Okay, and this could be for a whole nother show. We'll put a pin in this, Cortez. We're not going to hijack you, but I beg to differ. Squirrel is, though it's a amicable answer, I'm going to say I believe the rudest animal by far is going to be them doggone geese. Okay, because they disrespectful and they knock a few buck. Them geese will run up on you, right? They get aggressive. They get aggressive. They run up on you. Right? Because you could be minding your own business and they'll run up on you like what? Like, nigga, what
if you know North County,
what you gonna do?
On Flow Valley, they'll fly down from the top of the library on you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Your own business and the geese like
they swoop. That's what I'm talking about. They be like, mount up. They be like, regulators, mount up. That right there.
And they know they protected too. Like you can't kill them.
Yeah.
So they like
you can't. They be like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
You can't run me over, so I'm gonna stand right here in the middle of the street. What you gonna do?
Who can't?
That's like the old person. You can't push the old lady down. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know how they made it in the conversation. excuse me, Lord. When you're reconsidering things at the end of the evening, I just like to be part of this conversation at this
I'm
moment.
sorry.
Okay, thank you, Lord.
My water
Okay,
kicked in.
is your water kicking? And then too about geese being protected. What they gonna do? Take my license plate down? I'm out. Yeah, get in my way. It's me or them. I don't do birds anyway. Me or them. Okay, I'm sorry. Taz, back to you in the studio. Back to you in the studio, Taz.
So
There it is.
you talk to me about your next phase. So high school, you had a popping, you had job money in your pocket, you was able to buy your jewels and your bling, and sound like you were the type of guy that stayed fresh in the area of the kicks. But
Yeah, something like that.
then what was it? Did you do the college thing? Or was that not in the cards? What was life after high school immediately following?
I started immediately to go to college. I went to University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. Tried to play basketball, didn't work out. So as soon as that opportunity was over with, came back to St. Louis, went to Flow Valley, and just started working. So it was more about figuring out how to actually take advantage of the education, and kind of found out somewhat quick that college wasn't for me. So it went more into working, and I was touching into the entertainment business, started making beats and producing for local artists. And that kind of pushed myself into making music. So I became an artist through that.
Gotcha.
And that was the whole new life at that point.
Yeah, it's like, okay, sports, entertainment, and then when we start seeing paths to wealth and riches through music, rhyming, beat production, and all that kind of stuff, you know, naturally, whatever you see people making money at, it seems like an easy path. And of course, you got to give your, stab at it. And when you see people that you like, if that joker can make it, there's no way I can't make it. Or if that joker can do it, then I know I can do it too. So when you came out as an artist, did you do solo thing or were you in a group? I was part of a group myself. What did you do?
Yeah, it was a group at first, and then just trying to figure it out. It became trying to do solo things, but it was mainly more for the group.
Gotcha. What was that group name? Can I go Google a group?
You may, it's Googleable, but
like the we come up, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just saying. You search for it. No, but yeah, the group was based off of certain activities that might be friendly or whatnot, recreation.
Gotcha.
So let me ask you this: what was the dream as a kid? So I know you said your mom had you. Okay, it's my only serious question. You said your mom had you into, like kid acting, kid modeling, and all of that. But when you were a kid yourself, right, you laid awake in bed at night, what did you want to do as a kid? Did you see acting, TV? Did you want to be a fireman, a policeman, the weed man? What did you want to be when you was a kid?
That's great options. I love your mind frame. How you take me to the segment.
You're welcome. No. I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
But I love that question. I had 3 specific things in mind when I was a child. I describe it in a kind of a weird way sometimes. It's, I either wanted to be in the NBA. That was option number 1. Dr. J was the person that I emulated around with that. So I really looked up to Julius Erving.
Thank you for not calling him an idol. Keep going.
All right.
Sorry. Still church.
The second option would have been as a movie director, film director. I saw myself creating. I always want to produce and just make stuff.
That's so cool.
Third option was I used to watch Beverly Hillbillies with my dad. So
You want to be a
The
hillbilly?
third-
No.
No.
I'm sorry.
The third option I had in mind was the bank Drysdale, the banker Drysdale. Like I just never knew exactly how to say it. I just pictured myself working in some big office, having a secretary, you know, call like 3 o'clock afternoon. Hey, call my wife, tell her I'm coming home early type stuff. You know, I just pictured myself in that setting. So those are the ideas I had.
He wanted to be the man.
So the weed man didn't make the list.
What?
That wasn't one.
No. That last one was the meat. The last one was the weed man. What are you saying? Look, weed is legal now. Though. You heard me? The weed man is legal now. He just has an office of the secretary. What are you saying?
Okay. Gotcha.
It all comes full circle. You just got to know.
I love that. So now fast forward, you know, music thing, you know, acting, modeling, all of that stuff. Bring us into Doc's world today. So now what is it like? I know you are the radio show host, right? It goes down in the playground, right? But you also have the skill set and the ability to engineer that show as well as shows for other people. Kind of let's talk about that first. What do you feel was your first real business, right? I know seemed like almost all your life you were doing business, entrepreneur type stuff. But when did you finally say, okay, let me get serious as a businessman? What would you consider your first real business?
The first real step into it was photography.
Okay.
It was right before COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
I left the corporate world and I was just out here trying to figure it all out. And I was like, I got to figure it out one way or the other. So I stumbled upon a camera. I picked up a camera, saw people had a need for video men, cameramen, photographers. So I tried to supply that need. And it came into one day somebody said something to me like, I'll pay you full rate if you have a business license. So that snapped into me that, okay, if I want to take it serious, I need to take it serious. So step 1, step 2, step 3, get it going. Now can't nobody tell me I'm not official if I'm out here doing it. So if a business license make you take me serious, okay, I can do that too. So photography and videography was the first real hold into choosing this path.
Gotcha. And how did you like that early on? I know sometimes we find ourselves in money-making opportunities that we might not necessarily like. Was that something that you found yourself enjoying doing once you picked up that camera? It sounded like you was just kind of inquisitive and so feeling that need, because every time, like I've done some things and like, okay, yeah, you can pay me to do this, but I don't necessarily want to. And sometimes I even try to price my way out of it. Yeah, if you pay me X, I'll do it. Thinking they're gonna say, no, that's too much. And they like, come on with it. I'm like, now I gotta go.
The crazy part is I've been there exactly. And I actually tried to do that with this. I loved it from the get-go. I've always loved it. But it's still business. It's still a job at the end of the day to some degree. So yeah, I've even tried that. Throw my rate extra high, knowing that they're not gonna bite, and sure enough, I'll show up. But the crazy part is, even when I do that, when I make it there and I'm actually doing it, I'm enjoying myself to the fullest. Like I love it, especially with the line that I'm in. It's kind of adult entertaining. So I definitely enjoy some of the jobs that I
sound
get.
like you shooting a lot of flesh there, brother.
Absolutely, yes. Somebody got to do it. I'm sorry.
Somebody got to do it. You're performing God's work is what you're doing.
Right. That sound like Clay. I'm just here to do the work of the Lord. I'm just here to do the work of the Lord. That is hilarious. Okay, I got another question for you. What's the weirdest thing? What's the weirdest thing you ever did? Non-sexual.
What's the weirdest? Where are we going here?
Right. What's the weirdest thing you ever did at somebody's house? Visiting. You visiting somebody's house. Maybe you go to the bathroom. Maybe you go to the kitchen. Weirdest thing, you ain't planned to do it, but oh my, what just happened? Weirdest thing you ever did? Oops.
That's okay. I don't know. I don't really have to.
See, you ain't taking drinks. So that's you ain't drinking no water to hydrate.
Okay.
Because I'm that person. I done went to the bathroom and looked in the medicine cabinet and stuff and fell out and made it. I'm like, oh, I done broke something.
That's probably it. The medicine cabinet thing is
that's why I always get in trouble.
Medicine cabinet, and I may or may not have. I cannot confirm nor deny that I might have taken a couple of pills out of one bottle and put them in a different organization. That's all.
Just stretch forth your hands toward the camera. Jesus. I ain't know we gonna have to do an altar call. Lord have mercy.
You about to kill somebody. You done
get somebody high blood pressure for a week.
Cholesterol meds. And then grandpa thinking he's about to go down, and this ain't Viagra after all, it's something else. Bro, you can't be messing with these medications.
Sorry, Pop. Oh man.
Not Pop. Right. Yeah, that was me. Always looking where I shouldn't be looking and opening up stuff and looking underneath the bathroom thing and stuff falling out or stuff. Mine is breaking. So pulling open the thing and it's not supposed to open. I done pulled the whole daggone mirror off.
Oh, whoa.
Because it didn't open. I done pulled the whole daggone mirror off the wall. It wasn't. I done pulled the whole mirror off the wall because I'm like, what's in? Oh my God. Now what I do? I should have been trying to. You know, they should have. But if I wasn't trying to pull it off the thing, I wouldn't have snatched the mirror off the wall. If I wasn't trying to open up the thing to look inside.
Oh, man.
So note
to things happen.
If Shell ever needs to use the bathroom, she has to go to the gas station.
You better send me somewhere else because I'm
Keep a spare key in the back room.
Right. Or note to Shell, bring some glue or something, or bring some because that part of
solve some problems.
There it is. It'll solve some problems. Man. Okay, my bad. So, carry on.
Talk to us real quick about the radio station that you're on now.
Yes.
And how you fell into that, man, because your show is hilarious, but I think that entire media space that you guys are in down there, what you guys are doing, I think it's just super dope and it's a great outlet because there's so many voices that go unheard. Merely because there's not a space or they're not aware of a space or a platform or they don't know how to do this from their home. And you guys are providing that in that space. So tell me the name of it again and talk about how you fell into that opportunity.
Well, we are here at My City, My Music right now, Overtime Studios at our Hampton location. We also have our first location that was on South Broadway. That's coupled with the company, also Louis Wood Studios. I fell into this connection through the video and photography. I was looking for more opportunities and clients and connections to make, and I saw somebody who was out at event halls and clubs and bars who seemed to be doing work, and I was tired of kind of connecting with people who were just kind of playing with it. They be like, hey, let's just go shoot a video, but they didn't really plan it out. They didn't structure it. You know what I'm saying? There's no budget to it. It's just, hey, let's just go do it. I was tired of that. I wanted to see real work. So I connected with Tweets of the Dawn with Soldier by Blood, and he brought me in, and being around him so much with what his organization does with video production and promotions and things like that, I just was around the radio station a lot. And then I met the owner, Justin Kickett, and began to engineer his show on Saturday mornings, which is Kicking It Up. And just one thing growth enough, and they need me to show up this day, and then need me to show up this day, and then all of a sudden I got a set of keys in my hand, and I'm managing shows, and then hey, you want to take on contracts, and it just grew into a bigger opportunity. So, like I said, whatever pays, I'm definitely gonna jump on it. And if it's something that I love to do, I'm full fledged. Let's get it done.
I love it. I love it. And for My City, My Music, you got that's a space where those who want to be on this side of the mic can come and try their hand. Talk a little bit about the model that you guys have. If someone wanted to come through and they got an idea for a podcast, they just don't know where to record it or how to do it. What do you guys provide for them?
Well, essentially that, just an all-stop service for, you have professional equipment, you have a controlled environment that's going to allow you to do whatever you feel free to do. We provide that service for you. So if you have a voice and you don't necessarily have the know-how or the help even, because sometimes it's hard doing everything by yourself. We have that this space for you where you can come in, you can set up your own show, and you have someone here who can teach you how to do things if you want to learn yourself, or you have someone here who can do it for you if you rather just do what you want to do in the entertainment business. But yeah, that's we're trying to expand. We've had 3 locations total at some point. We had one in North County, St. Louis also, but that location closed. We're currently looking to expand to St. Charles, East St. Louis, North County, hit all markets, because you'd be surprised how many people don't travel across town just because.
Right,
So
right.
The need is everywhere, and we're definitely trying to touch the different areas and get people involved, because like you say, everybody has a voice. And
I love that, man, because with podcasting becoming so explosive, like it is literally one of the fastest growing mediums in terms of all digital media, right?
Yes.
And just so many people are not aware of how to do it and how to do it professionally. And you guys took it to another level because you also have internet radio, which I like, because traditionally podcasting, you can't play music. But you guys are internet radio, so you can play music.
Right.
So talk about that side of this digital medium and how slightly different that is from just a traditional podcast and some of the advantages.
Yeah, that's more touched to our love for the underground and the independent artists. Of course, we definitely want to touch into the bigger markets and the mainstream things, but we have a love for the people who are on the ground every day, out here still trying to hand out CDs and flyers to their shows and things like that. These people also have a voice that needs to be heard, and not always have the outlet to even get their music to a certain platform. So that's goes into one of the loves for that genre, and that's why we have things registered like BMI and ASCAP. So we make sure when we play your songs, we can sit here and play your songs 20 times a day. You get paid from that. We don't take a cut. We want to make sure that we do whatever we can to help everybody grow. I say it 100 times is enough money for everybody. So there's no reason why one man can't help promote the next man. Just because you do the same thing doesn't mean you both can't have the same type of opportunities presented to you.
Yeah, and I love that. And from this space as an entrepreneur, especially one in the field of marketing, it's a great outlet to connect with internet radio platforms that can put you in front of different audiences. And your internet radio, that's a global platform. Even though you guys feature a lot of local entertainers, you guys reach how many different countries?
Over 60, I believe, different countries. Wow. It's most of our listeners, it's about even split. Half in the US through different cities, half out of the country. Asia and Germany are some of the hottest countries that listen to American music. So that's absolutely, that hits it right on the head.
Doc, so let's talk a little bit about the playground, right? So just to bring our listeners back up, our viewers and listeners, we appeared on an episode of the Playground After Dark a couple weeks back. We had such an awesome time. It was a lot of fun. And just shout out to the ladies that you caused the show with. We unfortunately missed them. It was supposed to be a big snowstorm that night, which, St. Louis, they'll be like, oh, it's going to snow. And it'll be like, what? And so we didn't really show up. We missed them, but we still came through and had a good time. And the way that you have the show, I really like the format, the structure and everything. You described the show as organized chaos, I think. Is
Yes.
that you use the term? And talk to me about just that term, organized chaos. Talk to me about your co-hosts, who they are, how you selected them, and just your overall gist of the Playground After Dark.
Well,
Go.
Well, the Playground After Dark, of course, is the outlet for you to come and have your safe place. It's for adults, so make sure that you keep the ones that need to be protected away from the areas. But yeah, the platform itself is generally just to let people be expressed. We're not here to judge anybody. We're not here to hold back anybody's voice or opinion. I like to use that word a lot. But the show was developed around, like you say, the format, just to keep entertainment. You know, people take things so seriously, so we want to make sure that we have fun. That's why it's generally played around the playground. You know, when you had the time to go out and play and have fun with your friends and run around and just not worry about things. So we have that outlet for adults in a degree. The way that we came together as a group was basically off of chemistry. The Playground After Dark has had about 12 hosts total through its entirety life, but they kind of cycle in through just different moments. It's kind of like you say, the best magic happens naturally. It's almost to the point that when one of the hosts has to grow on and do different things, there's somebody right there ready to take their place, and it's all based off of chemistry. So when somebody comes in, we as a group say, hey, we like that person's energy. What do you think about having them come back next week and trying this out, adding this to the show? And then, you know, when we have space for another, we look at that same opportunity across the board. So it's always kind of a cycle in and a cycle out between co-hosts, and it's just a different energy, you know, try to keep it fresh and popping and don't fall asleep on us.
I love it. We've got more with Doc Dillinger on the other side of this break. We're going to continue this conversation about other things that are unique to St. Louis and why this city is on the cusp of being the next version of another small Hollywood with all the entertainment. So we're going to talk to Doc on the other side of this break about that and the role that he's playing in helping to break more talent in this area. So keep it locked right here. Hey, yo, my friend, let me ask you something real quick. Are you a coach, consultant, influencer with an expertise in a particular area and you're looking to grow or expand a business, make some extra money online, start a side hustle? If you are, then this is for you. What do you know about PLR? It stands for private label rights. That means there are sites that you can go to on the web where you can buy content that is already written, everything from ebooks to video courses written by subject matter experts in your field of expertise that you can add to, take away from, rebrand, repackage, sell it as your own, and keep all of the profits. I know, crazy, right? But it's no different than a ghostwriter who writes books for authors. It's no different than a ghostwriter who writes raps or songs for other people. No different than a screenwriter who writes a screenplay, sells it to a big studio, they make the movie, and they make all the money and get all of the credit. You can do that in the digital marketing online business space, and you can have a product launched in 3 to 7 days. I've got a free guide that you can access by going to monetizemylifeblueprint.com. It'll show you the top 7 ways that people are making money right now from this type of content. So go to monetizemylifeblueprint.com, check it out for yourself. Now, let's get back to the episode. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we were talking to Doc about his role in his own show and creation, The Playground, right? But there's on My City, My Music, there's so much talent on that network that I could literally see St. Louis becoming another micro hotbed of talent and careers being launched from places like My City, My Music and others. Talk to me about some of the talent on that roster as a whole and what you guys are doing to break even more talent. You talked a little bit about some of the underground music that you guys like to feature and play on a regular basis, but what about some of the other talented show hosts and shows and content you guys produce over there?
I cannot even begin to touch the tip of the talent that we hold here. We had over 100 shows in totality of the life. Right now, we have some of the heavy hitters in podcasting games, the people that go across the nation. We have Up and Smoke. We have Louis Wood Radio. We got Kicking It Company. We have What Up Though Radio, J&D Funny, Broken Knob. The list goes on and on. And that's just here of what we have currently on the roster. The shows that have been here in the past, the shows that we haven't even had yet, that's talent that we haven't even discovered. But there's so much that's not even just here that comes through. I tell people all the time, My City, My Music, of course we have the FM stations and everything that, they touch the major artists. But as far as the city goes and institutions that were created here in St. Louis, this is the Apollo of entertainment for St. Louis. Everybody who is anybody has come through My City, My Music at some point in time, if they don't still come currently through here. We've had names like Bun B, Too Short, the Outlaws have been through the station. A-Ball MJG, we had the Nelly interview that went super viral all around the world. It's just so much talent and so many connections that come through this network. It's hard to deny that My City, My Music is the staple of the city. If you haven't been here or if you haven't connected with anybody here, I have to assume that you're not doing your job right.
He said it.
It's sad to say that, but it's just what it is at this point in time.
Well,
you didn't look sad when you said it. You didn't look sad when you said it. The irony. I'm just saying. He said what he said. It's what he said.
I said. Got time today.
No sadness.
And that's huge for us because I'm glad we got connected. And there's so many even people that I know that are looking for a home for their show, for their voice, for the connections that you spoke of, and you guys have that in abundance, right? And not only do you have it in abundance, but I love to network and connect and work with people who are also willing to share freely. Like you guys share so freely, and I'm not saying anybody to go down there and think that you're gonna get free airtime. That's not what I'm saying. Right. But when you make that investment to get on the network, they're literally going to help you grow as an artist, as an entertainer, in whichever lane that you're going down. So if you're a host, they're going to help you become the best host you can be. If you're an engineer, they're going to help you become the best engineer and get you that experience, because they got 10,000 shows that need engineers, right? If you are a guest and you're looking for a place to show up on a podcast and get your products and services in front of other people, well, they have 10,000 shows who are always looking for guests. There's somebody who's speaking to your audience that you can connect with them on. So you guys are doing such an amazing job on that.
Thank you.
Now, you know what? Now, I had talked when we were down there. I had talked to Doc and the other gentleman about me and a couple young ladies from church had talked about having a podcast. Now, I don't know how that's going the effects of when we come through there with the oil and the praying and such. But all jokes aside, I did get with a couple of the young ladies. I think there's like 5 or 6 of us and all. And my aim was just to try to get us to a space where we could do what we do, and to get us in front of an audience. And honestly, they were the 2 primary young ladies. I'm the visionary, but the 2 primary young ladies, they were just like, "Shell, we all for it. Like we would go stand in somebody's backyard with some tin cans and do this thing just to be able to get like our message, that what we want to represent. So, just putting it out there. Yes, you guys have shows. Your genre is not specific, even though you do primarily cater to genres that are, adult. Your genre is not specific. It could, the genres across the board, correct?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We have a kids cooking show on the roster. Kids radio show. We have a rock show. We have conversations with Cole. We have sports shows. We have a few I call them religious shows, or however you want to categorize that. Yeah. There is not one specific genre. We have nonprofits.
All are welcome. All are welcome.
Yeah, your voice will not be silenced here whatsoever.
There it is.
We might laugh a little bit at you, but no, we're not.
Yeah, but that's good. Yeah, I don't look. People I rock with rock like me, and we don't come in on that phony foolishness. We come in on the real. They roll like me. So, but no, that's
you a real one. I have to.
I've been in the game too long. I still got a little residue on me. I don't come in faking. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do real work. But yeah, so no, that's the realness. So I wanted to kind of put that out there too for your audience, because there are other people out there, other Christians like myself, that be like, hey, what about us? Do we have a platform? Maybe I want to come in and just do my thing. I have an audience as well, and I want a place where I can get on air. And it's a lot of times they'd be like, listen, I'll come sit, I'll pay my however much money. I just want to get on air and do my thing. So it's good to know that there's a place as well. So
absolutely, worry free, one stop shop.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful.
So Doc,
awesome.
Let's go into the future. 5, maybe 7 years from now, what does life for Doc look like?
Oh wow! You sure you want this on your network? Okay.
Oh Lord! I'm gonna have a harem. No.
I'm gonna try to water it down for you, but no. Like I said, I'm jumping full 2 feet deep into this game that I'm in. When it comes to the game of entertainment, there's no limits. We're going all the way around the board. Right now, my specific vision for 5 to 7 years from now are movie roles. I want to be more. I'm trying to get more out of the production side of things. I've been out behind I've been behind the camera for most of this business part of our venture, but I've been pushed recently out in front of the camera, and I always knew it was going to be a point in time where that was coming. I've been maybe trying to hold off a little too long on it, but that's the vision that I'm trying to accomplish within the next few years. I have to show myself, and I have to show my talent.
Absolutely. Yeah. And should. Wait a minute. What you mean show your talent?
Hey.
What part of your talent? We want the smile. This one. I don't know what else smiles on you, but we want this smile.
He was gonna water it down for us, Shell. He said
I'm sorry.
I'm saying, look, I'm saying I'm going to provide multiple platforms, so you will be able to find me on almost anyone you look for.
You know what that is? I'll be down there with my oil. Next thing you know, be like, Doc doing what? Preaching. When did that happen? You'd be like, I don't even know what happened. I just all of a sudden, hallelujah. Take them shelf. No,
they get paid. They do get paid. You start a church.
Kanye did it.
Wherever the bag is, you can find Doc. If the bag is in the pulpit, Doc is in the pulpit.
I'm not going to bring up the Facebook comment from the other day, but you see where we're coming from.
Y'all know I'm old and I'll be remembering.
Preacher Polly. Okay, you're gonna make me do it then. All right.
Wait.
If evil is necessary, evil must be good. So go ahead and get yourself a little piece of evil. Never mind.
I missed it. I'm still and church lady still like, huh? Now, baby, when did that happen?
It's all right, though.
At your
you always catch up to you later.
You'll catch it. You'll catch it. And
I'm
like,
so-
oh,
I'm
that's
so-
what Doc was talking about.
You know what?
Maybe on the way
Seriously,
home one day, be like,
look, you know what?
oh,
I really feel old. I feel real my age now. I'm gonna just sit here, look straight ahead. Cortez, go ahead, take the rest of the show, sugar.
you can't do
So
it,
Doc,
man.
man, tell everybody two things. If they want to come do a tour, My City, My Music, and see if that's a space for them, who do they contact? How do they get in touch with you guys for that? And then how do they follow you if they want to maybe be a guest on the Playground, or maybe they want to hire you for services? They got some of them skin-filled flicks that they need someone to take and record for them. How do they get in touch with you, brother, so they can
maybe somebody trying to stalk you,
your services?
You know? How do they hide in your bushes? Just say people
you
trying
don't
to
mind,
get at you.
Let me start on the back end. If you need those skin-filled pics, directly hit me at Doc Dillinger, all platforms. You can also find me at the Playground TV or the Playground After Dark, which is spelled with the DA, Playground After Dark, 2 words. So you can catch that on all platforms as well. As far as getting connected with My City, My Music or Louis Wood Productions, are the studio locations, and we also have a mobile station. So if you don't like to come to us, we can pull up on you. You can contact. Yes, that's how it works. It's never no work being done. That's my point. You can contact myself, Doc Dillinger, Justin Kickett, or Antoine Larry, Tweezer the Don, also on all platforms. You hit them up, give them a call at 515-599-1687. Set up a free consultation. Come on in, get a tour set up, get a test run going, see how you like it. Like it, you don't, no hard feelings. Hey, it's all love. We just keep it moving.
I love that, man. Like,
that's
you guys
awesome.
are really doing some great work because there's so many people in this space.
Yes.
And there's so much opportunity in the entertainment world that we tend to overlook local. And that's my whole jam. Is I got so much stuff that is specifically for local. Like you got the big screen, you got the small screen, but then you got the local screen. And a lot of people asleep on that local screen. What I love is in this business, you don't need 1 million people subscribe to what you do or 1 million people following you. Just think about it. You got 1,000 people that rock with you, and you have a product or service that you can sell them to $1,000 every year. That's $1 million. You don't need a go million or go zillion followers, and that's what you guys are helping people to understand and to master. That hey, it's okay to start small, but starting small don't necessarily mean broke. Don't mean no money. Just small is just that. It's small, it's intimate, but if it's laser focused, highly targeted, you can make make a whole lot of money. And I'm seeing you guys do it. So shout out to you. Much congrats. Chalet, you got any last words?
You know what? No, I appreciate you, Doc, because Doc, you initiated this whole thing, and I admire your appreciation for business. I admire your hustle and your drive to do business right, and I think that's the key, and I think that's what's going to set you apart from others that are currently trying to do it. So don't stop. You just keep moving forward, sugar, and you just watch your pathway. God's gonna open that thing right before you, and we'll see you in the pulpit. Now you'll keep growing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate those words. It means so much coming from you. I respect your platforms and your show so much. Like I said, when I stumbled upon your world by looking for people out doing stuff, and when I looked for the top podcast in our city, that's how I found you. So I want you to both to be very proud about that fact, because there were a lot of shows I didn't find. I found y'all when I searched for the top show. So keep doing what you're doing as well, and I'm watching, trying to learn what I can from you, and we gonna keep working.
That's it. Major collaborations coming down the pipeline. So that's gonna do it for us here on the St. Louis Social Podcast. I'm Cortez Hustle. That's Michelle A. We've been listening to and learning from Doc Dillinger, Until we talk to you guys next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.